Hi guys, I'm Kasha. Welcome to the channel and welcome to our coffee times. Today I'm here to talk to you about not a movie but a TV series that you can find on Netflix. It is creepy, it is different and interesting, and that is Paranormal.
It's coffee time.
So Paranormal came out in November and I watched it and I really enjoyed it, but I didn't do any review of it, and I really want to get to review more like shows that come out so you guys know if they're worth watching them or not, especially Netflix shows because they are dropping a lot of interesting shows. And then I thought to myself, you know what, I'm still going to talk about this show even though it came out last month because I do feel like it deserves a chance. So I'm here to give you my spoiler-free review on the show that has 6 episodes. They're nearly 1 hour long, and you can find it on Netflix everywhere because it is an exclusive. But before we jump to that, if you love horror, if you love collectibles and movies and you're new here, please consider subscribing to the channel and also hit the notification bell so you don't miss any more coffee times. An Egyptian web television series based on Ahmed Khaled Tawfiq's supernatural book series. So this television series, it is based on books and there is actually 81 of them, and so that's why it has been speculated that we might even get to see season 2 because we're only tackling the first 6 books, so we get 1 per episode. Now this show was really interesting because, like I have been saying, I love that thanks to Netflix we are getting so many exclusives that are bringing us closer to other cultures, to their myths and their legends. So in this show you have, of course, your main group of characters, and we do follow their storyline throughout the whole 6 episodes, and we get to see them dealing with regular lives. But also in every episode we get a complete different like supernatural tale, like a myth. All the episodes starts with the word myth, and then one of those myths that are related to the Egyptian culture. So this kept the show really entertaining because you were getting something new every episode. Now let's go to the beginning, shall we? So in episode 1 we are introduced to Rifat, and he is a professor, and he is a very interesting, quirky character that might not be for everybody. He looks like the Grinch, he always looks upset, but somehow I really felt connected to this guy, you know? So we follow him while he starts to tell us that he doesn't believe in the supernatural, he doesn't believe in the paranormal. He just thinks that, you know, things happen for logical reasons. There's always a rational explanation to things, and there's always something to explain when somebody says that they saw a ghost. There's always something, you know, rational to back it up. And he believes also in Murphy's Law. Now this guy is really fun because he goes through all of these 6 episodes and a lot of supernatural, paranormal things are happening around him, and he's navigating through these legends and these curses and these creatures, and he's still in denial that these things exist. He just keeps, you know, not believing on the paranormal no matter how much it's thrown at him. And for me it was a very likable character. I have seen people saying they hated the main character, but honestly I really liked him. So the show is based on the 1960s, so when we meet Rifat we are in the 1960s, but we do jump a little bit back and forth to when he was younger and the present. The first episode, it is based around your typical haunted house / ghost story, so it did a good job when it came to set up a really creepy, unsettling tone. And all the episodes of this series have a very cloudy feeling to it. They feel really atmospheric. It feels like dirty air, you know what I mean? And they did a really good job as well to connect all of these 6 episodes. even though each episode was about something different. So one thing that I really enjoyed as well was that apart from all of these cool myths and legends that we get to see, we also follow a super realistic life, which is Rifat's life and his struggles. We follow love stories, we follow family dramas, we follow grief, and it is really interesting because you have all of these heavy topics, but then you have suddenly an episode about a mummy, and you know, it does such a good job to tackle like serious topics, but then also kind of give you a relief with all of these supernatural things that are going on around. And this episode, the second episode, was one of my favorite ones just because I love episodes that have to do with like pharaoh curses or mummies. Like if you say the word mummy, I'm already there, ready for it. It is a show that, because every episode is handling a different legend or myth, it keeps moving. So it's never really a show that gets really boring, even though sometimes it does have a very slow pace, especially at the very beginning. It might take you a little bit longer to really get into the whole story. But because our main characters are confronted with new dangers, with new situations and problems that they have to solve, it keeps the viewer engaged with the story and with the characters. I have also read that the people that have read the novels mentioned that in the show there were many Easter eggs and references to the books, which is something I cannot confirm or deny because I have not read the books, but now I'm kind of curious to read the books, to be honest, because they sound like they're gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, so if you have by any chance read the books, you probably should look for those Easter eggs. The show feels more like a drama, action, fantasy kind of show more than real horror, even though there is always this creepiness to it, this supernatural element to it. And I would recommend you guys to give it a shot. I mean, it is not perfect. There is many issues with it, like some of the acting is a little bit rusty, some of the makeup is a little bit rusty, and there is some CGI there that I'm not gonna lie, is not the best you're ever gonna see. But all in all, I loved it because it was different and it was entertaining, and it felt sometimes like I was watching Aladdin but supernatural. Like, it was just fun, and I loved it because it had a different concept. It was not your typical like supernatural show. It was bringing you myths and legends that I was not familiar with, because they are from the Egyptian culture. So for me, it was, you know, really entertaining and rewarding. And like I said, I really did enjoy the main character, even though I feel like I might be a little bit alone in this. But yeah, definitely I would say, you know, give it a chance. Also watch at least until episode 2, because I know the beginning is kind of slow paced, but some of the favorite episodes of everybody that I have heard talking about the show so far are the last ones. So it does pay off in the end. I saw somebody giving this show like the worst rating ever and saying that this show was copying House on Haunted Hill and Bly Manor, and I would like to say to this person that the books were written from 1993 to 2014, so please sir, get your checks first before you accuse some show of copying others. That is rude. That is rude. Also, nowadays nothing is really original anymore, and this show is inspired in books, of course, a little bit loosely. It's not gonna be exactly like the books, but just giving it like the lowest rating because you feel like it's a copy of something else is just a little bit rude. And with that little rant, I'm finishing here my review. I ended up giving the show 2.5 out of 5. I think it's really worth it. If it's a season 2 coming, I'm gonna be watching it. So if you're looking for a creepy but kind of fun adventure time, I would definitely recommend you to give this one a try. Just lower your expectations a little bit, you know, when it comes to acting and effects, but I just felt like it was just really well done with the budget that they had, and it deserves a little bit more of praise. So let me know down below, you guys, have you actually checked out the show yet? Were you considering it? What happened there? Let's talk about it in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Please give the video a big thumbs up for support before you leave. If you want to follow me in other social media, as always, you will find all the links in the description box down below, and I hope to see you all in the next coffee time. Bye.